Good morning. Welcome to the first episode of Turner Updates, a short bi-weekly digest of essential news and events pertaining to Milwaukee and Wisconsin. News you need to know and where you need to go. I'm Emilio and with me is Gabi Hart. Today is May 15th, 2023. Congratulations to all of the University of Wisconsin graduates across the state. In Madison, on May 13th, former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder delivered the commencement address to UW-Madison's largest class ever. The university awarded almost 8,000 degrees, over 6,000 students earning bachelor's, over 1,300 earning master's degrees, and 224 earning law degrees. Maybe it's time we stop trying to defund the universities and take some action regarding racist trolls polluting the communities there instead. I'm looking at you, Madison. Of great importance is the shared revenue bill in front of the Wisconsin Assembly this Tuesday, May 16th. Why is this important? Well, this is Milwaukee's second largest source of revenue. We use it to finance everything from libraries to parks to streets and transportation. We've been denied our fair share of this money for decades, and now, just at the moment the city faces a looming fiscal crisis, the state legislature is dangling a small percentage of what we're due in front of us in exchange for giving up a huge amount of local control over the decisions that affect our lives. If you want to see one of the biggest con games in the state, make sure you attend or watch to see how they try to fleece us. This is being introduced as a bill and not put in the budget as it should be because the legislature wants to avoid any line item vetoes that would be the governor's lawful prerogative. This shell game of a bill will affect courts, public defenders, prosecutors, the Supreme Court, our schools, police, and pretty much everything. Milwaukee pays more into shared revenue than any of the other 71 counties in the state, and we receive less than everybody else. This long-standing scam, now grotesquely swollen in the new shared revenue bill, is being falsely positioned as a bailout when, in fact, this problematic bill is a white-collar big government robbery, attempting to remove the ability of local government from governing so that non-Milwaukeeans can determine what to do with our resources to our extreme detriment, putting us on a path to bankruptcy by 2025. Please read more about the large number of threatened restrictions, mandates, prohibitions, and preemptions from Marquette University professor and recombobulation contributor Phil Rocco's three-part deep dive, which is in the links below.
This past Friday, the Milwaukee Turners, Milwaukee County DYFS, and the Public Welfare Foundation held the first of several public forums to inform how to award $400,000 in two grant awards to two groups working to prevent young people from being impacted by the criminal legal system. There will be virtual and in-person events. Join us virtually on May 19th, in person June 7th at the America's Black Holocaust Museum, and on June 8th at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society, and there will be more before we release the RFP. Please attend to share your suggestions and strategies to help us mitigate this epidemic of youth incarceration. Find out more at the links in the comments.
Last week, Judge Frederick Rosa temporarily blocked the newly approved Milwaukee Police Department 15-day video release policy. The police union requested this blocking on a technicality. The original 15-day policy, approved in April by the Fire and Police Commission, was widely praised by people who appreciate democracy and transparency, but will be blocked until at least June 28th of this year. In this law, families of people killed by police would be given access to the footage in just 48 hours. And as a reminder, it's been 9 years since the murder of Dontre Hamilton, and his mother has still never seen the body cam footage. So there's that. The next Fire and Police Commission meeting will be this Thursday at 5 p.m. in City Hall. It's open to the public. Visit Legistar to see the agenda and location for May 18th and June 1st's FPC meetings. So now, with the Confronting Mass Incarceration Minute, is Gabi Hart.
Thank you again, Emilio. So the other week, I spoke alongside leaders from MPS, MTEA, Bloc, Voces de la Frontera, LIT, and many other groups. We have different focuses, but one thing is clear. The state's proposed shared revenue bill is bad for Milwaukee's children. More police in schools is a problem and not a solution. Using our own money to add 100 more police officers versus adding more proven methods and holistic solutions is a slap in the face to us and a detriment to our city as our local leaders' control is taken out of their hands. Having police in schools is supposed to work the way it's being sold to us, but in practice, it's quite the opposite. It's really just exposing Black and brown children to trauma by adding more men with guns in what should be a safe place for learning and nurturing at an age when our children should be educated in a therapeutic environment. The police bring a fearful energy, and this causes children to devalue their future, especially when they are apparently being treated as criminals. Being arrested or suspended sets young minds on a path of criminal mindset that is forced upon them for their safety. We already have an issue with police not being from or identifying with the areas they are allegedly protecting and serving. This is absolutely the same issue or worse. It is feeding the biases and systemic misinformation about young inner city youth that is already prevalent in the minds of officers who sign up to lock up the bad guys. Where's the desire to treat the cause of the problems and not the symptoms? Where's the investment in counseling, social workers, jobs, conflict resolution, and earlier education and support? We know who this state deems to be the bad guys. Wisconsin is #1 in the nation for incarceration of black men, high eviction rates, and more. This is misguided, pretend, tough on crime posturing. The legislature is playing politics with our children, making them pawns in their twisted game. As State Representative Ryan Clancy recently stated, putting school resource officers back into schools and potential policy changes to the Milwaukee Police and Fire Commission are petty. They are an attack on local control. This is really damaging and an incredibly cynical piece of legislation. All of these things are really backwards movements, and the idea that you would put those policy barbs in with this financial package just doesn't make any sense. The state legislature needs to put the brakes on their wrong-headed shared revenue bill and fund meaningful, supportive, and necessary programs for our children and young scholars, or don't get involved at all.
And here's a Turner editorial. So in another thing, let's be very clear. Racism is a virus, a social construct designed to separate us from one another in a weak attempt to elevate the racist above whoever it is they're disparaging. The other week, Wausau East High School's band instructor, Robert Perkins, was accused of using inappropriate and offensive language, including racial slurs, sexist comments, and homophobic statements toward a student of Hmong and Lao heritage. This instructor, this character, entrusted with the well-being and education of children, has also been accused of habitually using anti-Latino insults as well. Worst of all, the school administration has done nothing about it. Multiple offenses, witnesses, none of that seems to matter to them. If it weren't for the strenuous efforts of this child's parents and a supportive community, we probably know nothing about the teacher's wrongdoing or the ineffectiveness and impotency of the school administration. How is it that we can so easily turn our backs on our children, our future, and then so glibly complain about every little perceived failure they have? Our children deserve better. The family has appealed the ruling, and so please, we encourage you to use the GoFundMe to support the Vongphachty family legal efforts. You'll find that in the links below. I encourage you to also support the parents, Mani and Tuan Vongphachty, in their efforts to find justice. There's a petition included there as well. But enough about racists. Let's hop over to the weather and upcoming events. The next 10 days all look gorgeous, with sunny skies and highs in the 60s and 70s, with cooler sleeping temperatures in the 50s. And speaking of weather, it's both construction and bicycling season. So as you swerve to avoid Milwaukee potholes, joyfully celebrating their quinceañeras, please don't crash into any cyclists. Seriously though, please be respectful of the bicyclists and pedestrians enjoying the same good weather you are. All right, we have a series of upcoming events for you, and all the links for these events are in the link tree in the comments prepared by Juan Arevalo. At 6:30 p.m. tonight, Monday, upstairs at Turner Hall Ballroom, Nkosi Mandla Mandela, chief of the Mavezo Traditional Council and grandson of former South African President Nelson Mandela and a member of the parliament in South Africa's National Assembly, will be speaking at a free event marking the 75th anniversary of the forced displacement of some 650,000 Palestinian people. Registration is required for this free event. On May 15th at 6 p.m., please join Alders Khalif Rainey, Russell Stamper II, Jonathan Brostoff, and Bob Bauman to learn about Milwaukee's plan to expand lead pipe replacement to focus on historically underserved communities. Your Voice Matters meeting at Sherman Phoenix, 3536 West Fond du Lac Avenue. Tuesday, May 16th from 4 to 7 p.m., MPS students will showcase art projects that they've been working on all year. Funded by MPS Partnership for the Arts and Humanities, 50 groups receive funds to see, make, and celebrate art, including dance, visual arts, spoken word, and more. Come on down to this great showcase.
So on May 18th in Eau Claire, the Youth Leadership Team will have its next meeting. The Youth Leadership Team is a group of youth ages 14 to 21 with youth justice system experience who are interested in partnering with the Department of Children and Family Services staff to impact state policy and practices. Send an email to dcfyj@wisconsin.gov to be added to their contact list to find out about upcoming meetings and events. And on May 20th, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Correcting the Narrative will have a screening at Fox Valley Technical College. May 14th in Appleton, the panel will be a play of a short film followed by discussion and free dinner. They'll discuss the successes and challenges of justice-impacted folks. A panel Q&A consists of formerly impacted, incarcerated, and allies. All of these links are below. And on May 24th, here, the Milwaukee Turners are also proud to co-sponsor an event with the Nathan and Esther Pell's Holocaust Education Resource Center and the Milwaukee County Historical Society. Propaganda Over Pints, the role of beer halls in the Nazi rise to power. You can register at holocaustcentermilwaukee.org/events.
May 25th, Milwaukee Gun Violence Summit will occur from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Hyatt Regency Hotel over at 333 West Kilbourne. Being sponsored by Freighter, the Jewish Community Council, Wave Forward Latino, and the 80% Coalition. This Emergency Gun Violence Summit will share important information on school safety, domestic abuse, gun violence, mental health, violence prevention strategies, and more. Faith in firearms. Workshops are free, and nonprofit grants are available for the luncheon. Link is below. May 25th, the Budget Listening Session event at 6 p.m. called Healthcare for All. It's their monthly meeting, and if you have a Badger Care story to share or want to connect with Citizen Action's Brandon Williford, who is also the Milwaukee Turner's youngest board member ever, visit the link in the links. And on May 27th, the 11th annual Heal the Hood block party is occurring. This fun event is taking place from noon to 6 p.m. It's going to feature music and entertainment as well as employment, housing, and community resources.
And also on May 27th, Your Move Milwaukee has an info session from 6 to 8 p.m. about their great youth programs, providing mentorship, chess, hip-hop, and uplifting socializing. Taking place at their new space at 1109 Historic Mitchell Street, they'll have free pizza and drinks. To find out more, send an email to info@yourmovemilwaukee.org. Also, on May 27th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Community Cleanup Day at 937 West Atkinson Park, hosted by It Takes a Village Foundation, which is a wonderful reentry program. Their link is also down in the comments below. And on June 3rd, from June 3rd to September 9th, on Saturdays, there will be a series of workshops for justice-impacted women from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Reclaiming Motherhood workshops for justice-impacted women to create strong, healthy bonds with their children that incarceration takes away from the mothering experience. Those workshops are designed specifically for women of color and their children.
On June 17th, co-sponsoring Reentry Unblemished at the Jackson Park Community Room on 3500 West Forest Home Avenue. That's over on the south side. It'll feature a panel of lawyers, judges, and DAs who will give information on expungements and offer assistance and legal advice to previously incarcerated folks. This is being led by Turner Board member and County Supervisor Dr. Sequana Taylor. On June 10th, National Get Outdoors Day will take place at the Turner Hall parking lot. Swing by for a day of fun activities and healthy play. All ages are welcome. Find out more on our Facebook page. Also on June 10th there is the More Magic at the Playground event. This free event for children with special needs will be from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. and it's being put on by Variety of Wisconsin and St. Francis Children's Center's Family Activity Center. They are teaming up to host an epic playdate and movie screening. Experience SFCC's outdoor classroom and playground before heading inside for movie night. Bring your sleeping bags and blankets. Complimentary popcorn, candy bar, and beverages will be provided.
June 19th, Juneteenth Day, marking emancipation. Should I not do it like that? I'll start over. No.
You let him judge you.
No. Oh my God, he won. He won. Okay. June 19th, Juneteenth Day, marking emancipation, the end of slavery in the U.S., and a celebration of African American achievement. The Turners will have a booth at Juneteenth Day, and we encourage you to participate also. Hosted by Northcott Neighborhood House, this community-wide event is organized as a street festival with various family-friendly activities taking place over the course of the day. The annual summer block party encourages anyone and everyone to attend and join in the festivities, which include a lively parade, a Miss Juneteenth Day pageant, live music, kids games, exhibits, soul food, and more. Also on June 20th, the Turners will be co-sponsoring Freedom Day, which celebrates and recognizes everyone free from incarceration. Free resources and family activities are offered.
All right, friends, finally, the Turner Hall Gymnasium is enrolling new members for summer gymnastics and our session, which begins June 12th. Gymnastics and rock climbing punch cards are also available, and strength training is always available. Visit Facebook for more information. We're also starting another free Level Up program offering movement, yoga, and wellness for previously incarcerated men and women attending Marquette University's EPP program. Watch here for news about the new Level Up program for vets, which will be starting up soon as well. As we mentioned, again, all links are in the link tree in the comments section, but for those of you who can't see it, it's linktr.ee/Milwaukee Turner Updates. The M, the T, and the U are all capitalized. If you'd like to share events or find out how to sponsor Turner Updates, drop us a line at info@milwaukeeturners.org. We thank you wholeheartedly for joining us for the first Turner Updates broadcast. Gabi and I would also like to give a special thank you to fellow Turners Juan Arevalo and Chrissy Fung for helping us prepare all of this, and to Turner Cheston Van Huss for video production, everything entailed there. Until next time, in the words of my abuela, please take care of one another.